Ah, yes. The world can be so cruel sometimes. It's nice to have a place to relax. Your own little slice of paradise. Home, sweet home, the man said as he entered the door behind me and Emily, closing it as he did. Well, I've been waiting a very long time for you, Jax. You are beginning to eke my nerves. Like you weren't ever going to show up. But here you are. Lo and behold, the man of the hour has arrived. What the hell did he mean waiting for me? I've never met this guy before. How in the hell did some English guy get the hell over here? I mean, since the end of the Great War, there hasn't been any intercontinental travel. At least none that I know about. So how the hell did a British guy get the hell over here? And why was he so happy to see me? He seems sure that I'm the person that he's looking for. What the hell is going on? I'm sure there are lots of questions rolling through that marble of a head of yours, but set them aside for the time being. We do have business to discuss. Please, sit down at the table. There's piping hot tea prepared. British tea, not that kind of stuff that you'll find here in America. Or what's left of it. Quite frankly, I do get ever so homesick out here. But business is business. Things have to be done. There's always a job to fulfill, tasks that need completed, destinies that need written. And I'm just here to see that I get my fair shake of everything, he said as he took the seat on the other side of the table, leaving 3 chairs open. Right at this moment, me and Emily were exchanging looks. You know, that what the hell is going on look. None of this made any logical sense, but for the moment being, we had to play it out. So I took a seat at the table, Emily taking the chair right beside mine, as this crazy Brit poured us each a cup of tea, along with pouring one for himself, crossing one leg over the other and sipping at it slowly. Okay, this is weird, I said. And while there are an assload of weird things about this situation, you're right. We are here on business, so we might as well talk it. We need a programmer, somebody to handle the networking and tech for my motorcycle during the Black Label races. That's the only reason we looked you up. But honestly, I expected your house and your surroundings to be a little bit more advanced. Right now, I'm questioning whether you could program anything. Oh, you shouldn't judge appearances so quickly, Jax. I think you'll find that I'm more than capable of fulfilling the task. I can do whatever computer programming you need, as well as handling the hardware and software. It's all really a simple matter. I assure you it is within the range of my abilities. It's not a question of whether I can do it. I assure you I can. The question is whether you're willing to make the payments. To make this a fair deal, a back and forth exchange. I don't work for free, young man. Yeah, about that, I said, looking down at the teacup in my hands. I'm not exactly flushed for cash at the moment. Oh, Jax, you can put money aside. If it were money that I were after, then any moron would really do the job. No, there's something much more specific that I want from you. That's the only reason I've waited here all this time. You see, Jax, the situation you find yourself in is actually far more complex than you give it credit for. This world is an endless series of gears in motion, of stories long since past and stories forming in the midst. As we stand here, as we talk, still a story is written, and still yet stories that are yet to come. All of these stories come from countless places, the lives that people live, the events that flow in their lives, the good ones, the bad ones. It's all just a system, stacking on top of itself. Everyone's stories just overlapping. To most, it's pure and utter chaos. No one can really make sense of any of it. But I, Jax, am not most people. You see, you and me find ourselves at an interesting point in time of events. You see, truthfully, right now, we're playing a game. An exceptionally dangerous game, with stakes higher than you could possibly imagine. And oh, how I do love games. They thrill me ever so much. The challenge that comes from a worthy adversary. The balance of good and evil, of life and death, of victory and defeat. All swirling in a tundra, a tornado of different desires from every individual who participates. Everyone hoping to make their desire reality. A chaotic maelstrom of events and wills clashing in every direction, with only one person truly being able to win the game. You see, the situation we find ourselves in now, the seats we now sit in, the conversation we now have, it is both destiny as well as an unwritten story. Truly, beyond all reason and beyond all doubt, you were destined to find yourself here, sitting in my house, right there in that chair, drinking that very cup of tea. And yet, however much it is destiny, it is also the will of very specific individuals. People who wish to see their desires fulfilled. People who have plans and agendas and have constructed events in order to achieve those desired outcomes. So listen closely. While this is primarily a deal between you and me, there are also other players in this game, Jax. In a game stretching far back through the pages of time to points in history that you could scarcely comprehend. Events that have been written to lead us to this point. Figures that stand in the shadow, working the strings of fate to their ends. One such figure has taken it upon himself to arrange this little meeting between the two of us, where we can talk business, arrange a deal so that you can achieve your desire. It is in fact another deal that I made with another, someone who wanted us to reach this point. My deal with him was to make a deal with you. Deals on top of deals, negotiations, overlapping, making one deal in order to secure another. And here you sit, completely oblivious to the wheels in motion, to the players of this grand game, not realizing your own importance in the grand scheme of things. Things that have already transpired and things that are yet to come. Things that rewrite the strands of fate themselves. And all of it can be traced to a few simple points. Events in the pages of time and reality, in which extremely important things take place. This deal is one of them, Jax. It is right here, in this very spot, in this very moment in time, that we are having one of the most important conversations that will ever be had, on the whims of a man so powerful that he, like me, has been known to rewrite the strings of fate.